and the Great American Southwest. I'm the Slotmaster. How's it going, everybody? Episode 50. Episode 50. I'm the Slotmaster Corey. Over here, 1,104 miles away from the Great American Southwest is the Russ Factor. Hi, Russ Factor.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
Good to be with you. Good to be with ye on this beautiful evening or morning, wherever you might be. Open caller line. First time caller line. We were just reminiscing about some Art Bell that I used to listen to all day, all night.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we used to listen to a lot of Art Bell back in the day. And
Coast to Coast
and
with
even at
Art
home,
Bell.
But what was great is on the go is Art Bell was on, I think I just checked, every AM radio station that ever exists pretty much at midnight. So you could hear him all the way. You'd be on a drive across country and you'd lose one station and another powerhouse would kick right in.
Another powerhouse would just kick that wattage right and beam him right into your car. I mean, the Art Bell, I mean, he was like a staple of my, from like when I was like, I think I got introduced to Art Bell when I was like 16 or 17 maybe. And I listened to him all the way through high school, all the way through college until, I mean, probably right up until he had a podcast.
And he did a little stint, a falling out really fast with Sirius XM.
Yeah, they didn't really like his. They didn't really jive too well with his whole situation, which it just wasn't the same listening to him on satellite. He had a podcast, and the podcast. I actually listened maybe a week ago to his very last broadcast before he passed away, and you could tell he was really fighting through whatever illness he had. I'm guessing it was some sort of cancer. The old boy smoked at least a carton each show. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be. I'm Art Bell, and tonight we're going to talk to General Johnson Jameson. He is going to discuss why aliens are probing Uranus.
Don't forget to give out 27 phone numbers.
First time caller line 888-8888. West of the Rockies.
The wild card line.
Nobody knows what on earth we're talking about right now. That's the beauty of Art Bell. Anyway, episode 50.
Big 50. We're here. We made it.
Big 50. We made it. We made it to 50. Fantastic to be here. I am still tired from my Vegas trip. We'll talk a little bit about that. Russ Factor picked him up a couple of new microphones today.
Yeah, for our content that I'm going to keep filming for our fast food channel and just general use. I got some of those fancy mics that we used in the first video, them Roadcasters. Look at those.
Interesting story about these fancy mics is these fancy mics, if they lose connection to the base, you can grab audio from that microphone. They have some sort of storage situation. And Russ Factor found that out.
I bought these used. I found a nice reputable retailer to get a nice used set, and I'd found out today they had some onboard storage. So at one point I'm like, well, let me plug these bad boys into the computer. There's audio from the previous owner on me.
Were they filming a porn, or what were they filming?
Okay, so I haven't listened to much yet, and I don't. After I listened to it, I was like, oh, I don't care. But they were filming some sort of YouTube video, but it looked like it was some sort of like film that they were, because he was talking about, okay, now they're gonna take the handcuffs off of her, and what she's gonna do, grab her hand when she gets up and let her get up. And he's like, okay, all right, and action. And now you turn around to him at this part and
Russ
say,
Factor.
"Are you coming?" But yeah, they were like filming a video, so I'm like, wow, this is weird. I wonder if I could find that video and like leave a creepy comment on it. I have your old Roadcaster mics.
I have your Roadcaster mics. I know the ending of your movie.
So yeah, I got some of those
funny.
though. These are really nice deals. I know you've used them for a number of things. We used them on the first Fast Food Factor video, and I fell in love with them because yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
Yeah, check out that fast food factor. I probably should have had a link ready to drop in the chat. Russ test the Impossible Burger to see if
From Burger King.
he can from Burger King, the Impossible Whopper, to see if he could tell the difference between that. And you know, well, I don't want to spoil it. I guess not enough people have seen that, so go check that video out. And some other content coming soon if I could ever edit it. I don't know how to edit.
I got to film some more. But we got some new menu items coming to, I believe, Taco Bell. Where was that shake from? The
Sonic?
One? Wendy's.
Oh.
Wendy's has a new, not yet. They have an orange creamsicle frosty coming. So.
Ooh.
And I think one of the other places around here is going to have some new items too. So we're going to have some Russ Factor goes and checks out new items. I might do one where I hit all in the bed that we've talked about, my little fast food bed, and we build a meal that night and enjoy it all and share it with everybody.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fast food bed that is built. You make that bed, you better sleep in it, Russ Factor. So let's see. I got back from Vegas Sunday. It was, anyway, going to it was just, it couldn't have been any easier getting to Vegas.
Wow, you had another good trip. Now, one time you didn't. I think you had one other good one, but then you had the one where they lost your luggage.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, whatever. So we got there. It was perfect. We checked into the Circa. We had the limo pick us up, and our host was there waiting for us upon arrival.
You were settled and streaming by like 2 hours into being there.
Yeah, we had to have a little drink with the host who hooked us up. She gave us the daddy suite that was badass at the very top of Circa. We got there. I got there about 2. We got back to the hotel about 3, and I think I was streaming at 4. Mm-hmm. So that started the. I think I calculated it was about 16 hours. It was almost straight. I had to take a break. I went and ate for about an hour and a half, maybe, and then. Right about then, I started and I stopped once to reset because YouTube asked me to do that, which there is. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Is if you stream more than 8 hours, it tells you that they're going to stop. So you must have to click a button going into it, but I found the limit of the vertical streaming, and it was right about the 8 o'clock or 8 hour mark. And then the other thing that really sucked ball sack about that is I must have clicked a button because I only got maybe 5 minutes of that 8 hour recording. It's really weird. So those of you that saw it live, that was it. There's only about 5 minutes on our page, which I don't know if I hit a wrong button or something. But anyway, we were broadcasting live from Circa with Slotmaster's accountant and Big Bank Brad, the Blumpkin Brad. And we were having one hell of a time. I'm telling you that to go a couple of hours, the way that we play is, you have to have a pretty big bankroll, $500, $600, $700, $800, and that's with not hitting nothing. And then we won a lot. It was odd how much we were winning.
You started with free play.
The entire situation was started with free play. Is exactly right. It started with the crazy rich Asians from the Slotmaster's accountant. Out of 8 spins, he got 6 bonuses. I went back and looked, which was just bonkers. And what we did is we converted. We each had. It was interesting because the way that we set the trip up is we had that spare day because it was leap day. or leap year or whatever, leap day. I don't even know what they call it, but we had
you
400.
You split your deal because it was on the month.
Yeah, so the end of the month was that day, so I got $400, and then the next day at 10 a.m. I got another $400. So that was my February and March free play, and my cousin did the same thing. So what we did is we teamed up. We had let's see, it would have been 12, would have been about $1,600 in free play, and we turned that into almost 3,000. It was $2,500. So that was fantastic. Normally you can't really turn free play into that. So I used that as to stream. I did not put $1 of my own money in almost the entire trip. I came out way ahead. It was really fun. So that first night we went deep. It was odd to see, not odd, but cool to see the different people that would come in. So like the regulars that we'd stream with, and I'd recognize the names were people on the West Coast started to peter out about 1:30 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then all these English people started coming in from the UK, and Australian people came in from Australia, and those folks trickled in till about maybe 4:30 or 5 Vegas time. So that's like 8 o'clock on the East Coast. And then people started waking up on the East Coast. It was just weird to see all of just the different folks coming in. It was fantastic to see that. And then my wife, she went to sleep watching, she said, and then she woke up and she was like at 6:30 or 6:15 to take the kids to school or get them ready. She's like, man, I want to see how long he went. And I was still rocking and rolling. It was fun. It was really cool. We got a ton of subscribers. We've got a ton of views on that video. It was really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
To do that, I set out the goal is to go 24 hours, but man, about that 14th or 15th hour, I was tired, and then I started getting really, really irritable because when I get tired, I get really
no, you don't.
Grumpy buns, and
not you.
Little things were annoying me.
No, never. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was, I should have just not read chat. I should have just kept playing, but yeah, I'd had enough. Like the UK people, they just weren't that funny. I just didn't get their humor. I was just like,
it's that dry British humor.
Ugh, God. So then I went up to the room about 9 or 10 Vegas time, and Brad and Joe had gone up about probably 1 or 1:30. They had plowed through a bunch of Miller Lights, so they were tired, needed to go get some sleep. So they went and got some sleep, and then I maybe slept. I don't even know if I slept because my cousin came out. And I was scrolling through TikTok or YouTube videos or something. I can't remember because he goes, what are you doing? When'd you get back? And I go, about 45 minutes ago. And then we went down, and the weather in Vegas, if you guys didn't see any of those videos, it was everywhere I go, the weather is just ball sack.
And this was crazy.
It was wild.
Yeah, they said up to 78 mile an hour gusts at one point.
It was insane. So, like, we were on the side of the pool at Circa, so we could look down and see the pool. At one point, you could just see the furniture kind of moving around, and then next thing you know, every single chair or anything that wasn't tied down, planters, everything was in the pool. It was wild. Somebody took a video that my cousin sent me. It was weird. So then we went outside. And because I was like, I might as well just go take an hour or so break. And my cousin said, I need to go get my hangover cure. And I said, what's that? And he said, I take a shit, I shower, and then I get a Diet Coke, or I get a hash brown from McDonald's and wash it down with a Coke Zero or whatever. So we did that. Well, he did the first two himself. I wasn't a part of those, the first two. The second part I was a part of. We went and got the Diet Coke and a hash brown. Little did we know, it's actually, there's one in the plaza. There's a McDonald's in the plaza that's right at the bottom of the Circa. But we ended up walking to the D because there's a McDonald's at the D. So we went down there and got that. And it was odd because it was blowing so hard. Like, you know, when you're on Fremont Street, you have to cross a couple streets, like in between the hotels and the buildings and whatnot. It was like a trash tornado. You know, like those whirlwinds that you see? It was like a tornado of trash.
Oh, man.
It was wild. I mean, I had never seen anything like that. I mean, it blows really, really hard in Kansas a lot. Maybe
on
40,
the number of levels.
Yeah, 40 or 50 mile an hour winds. But these winds were crazy with those tall buildings whipping through that Fremont Street. It was wild.
Oh, man. And that's crazy. Is like, I don't know if you were standing upstairs. People that were talking about being in hotels there said that, like, you know, they could feel it on their windows at least. Like, if they held it against it, like, whoa, this is weird.
Our windows, we went up later that night to the very top. They have this legacy bar up top.
Is that with the pool and the other TV that's the size of the sports book one?
No. That's just outside.
Oh, okay.
The legacy bar is all the way at the top.
Yeah, the pool thing's kind of on that level.
About
that you
the
could look
fifth
down
level. Yeah. They had everything strapped down, so they didn't want to lose all their chairs off the 60th floor or whatever.
And pale taxis and cars and shit.
I swear that the building was swaying.
Oh my God. And they're designed to. It's like all the buildings and how they're set up for earthquakes and shit. There's a level of sway to those.
I had to go down. I couldn't stay up there. I didn't know if it was a part of. I don't know what exactly it was, but I think it was, I don't know. The building was shaking in my eyes, and I went downstairs and then went to our room, and the windows were creaking, everything. It was wild, and it was blowing very hard, and it was like making me almost seasick.
Can I go sleep in the underground parking garage, sir?
God, it was wild. And then, so we got done after his hangover cure, and I just went live again, and it was just another good session that whole time. And I didn't go as long. I probably went off and on 7 or 8 hours that Friday, and then we went to dinner, came back, went live till probably 3 or 4 in the morning, and then slept a little bit, and then. That next day after it was super duper windy, it was windy again. And like you couldn't see, normally you can see all of the strip and you could only see to about Resorts World. So you could see the Stratosphere and then Resorts World. And then it was so dusty, you couldn't. But then Brad and I watched planes try to land. I should have filmed it. I don't know why I didn't film it. Planes try to land for like 45 minutes. They'd come down, try to land. They were basically going like sideways, trying to line up with the runway. And then I would have just been flipping out if I was on one of those planes. One of them ripped around 4 times before they finally made it. And then a couple of them ended up flying to like Palm Springs or somewhere close. It was wild.
Yeah, that was a freak storm that rolled through. I was watching it down here. Because I saw it coming before you got there. I was like, God, that...
Uh-oh, I lost Russ there. Are you there?
Hello?
I lost you.
What do you mean you lost me?
No Russ factor.
I think that's a you thing.
It's me?
Yes.
Why is it me? How does it me?
I don't know.
What did I do? What did I press? I didn't even press anything. Streamer mode. But anyway, so after that, we went to the Saturday. We got up and we went to breakfast and did all sorts of fun things. I streamed again.
Hi.
It
wasn't my fault this time.
My board just like completely shit the bed, I guess.
Yours did what mine did a couple of weeks ago.
I didn't even press anything this time.
We had a fun segment. I explained the doxing myself on TikTok last week.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So, but we were right in the middle of your story, and it was very windy.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. I don't even care.
Next
It's not
day,
even important.
windy, the trash vortex.
Whatever. We went to the U2 show. It was the last U2 show at the Sphere.
Tell
it was
me about
really
that.
Cool.
What?
It was good.
When's the last time you went? You went a little after me. November.
I went before you. November.
Well, you went after me too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Vegas Poly C.
Yeah. December, I went.
So that was your last show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
it was good. It was good. They're probably in my lifetime, I probably won't ever see a better concert. Yeah. It was kind of sad because it's kind of the end of, I don't know if they're going to tour again type of situation. They played 40 shows in the desert. They played in the Sphere, and one of their songs is 40. And Brad and I were predicting that they would play 40, which they hadn't on that tour, and they did, and that was very, very cool. They played "All I Want Is You" during the turntable set. That's one of my favorite songs. It was good. It was. It was fun. I had front row in section 2O in the corner. Mm-hmm. So
how was that seat? Like you sent me one picture, and I'm like, that's not bad.
It was great, other than the fact that when they were playing music, their music was. It was perfect sound, but when he talked, you couldn't hear him because it was a different microphone or it came out different speakers or something.
Really?
So it was really muffled, and I couldn't hear what he was saying. But my cousin and Joe and Brad sat 2 sections over, and they said it sounded 1,000 times better than when they were on the 100 level. I don't know. I was like 5 seats from the wall. On the right side or stage left, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know what the difference was, but the music was perfect. The acoustics of that were perfect. And right dead center was Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters. I could see him rocking out. He was in like one of the suites on the same level, but it's kind of horseshoe, so I could see all those folks sitting in there. And Lenny Kravitz was there. I'm trying to think who else. But it was cool. Again, I think Fish comes up next, or the Dead Experience.
Yeah,
Deadhead
the Fish.
Experience.
I think the Fish 4 shows happen, and then the Deadhead Experience.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to see videos and stuff from that. I'm not a Fish fan, but I would still kind of maybe go check it out.
Yeah.
To see it.
Good luck getting tickets to that show ever. I don't think that. I was talking with a guy about it there, one of the drivers, one of the Uber guys, and and he pretty much led me on to the fact that that show was never really open to the public, and the most people of the real people that got tickets to that were like some diehard members, a part of a fan club. But yeah, those 4 shows, those were gone before they even went on sale.
And it was weird because you had an opportunity to get some, but they sold out in like 35 minutes, and that's wild. Well, are they Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
I
or
think
what?
So. I think so.
Okay.
So yeah, and just 4. They wanted them to do more. I mean, that's Sphere. That I still think they didn't quite have a plan after U2.
Well, they didn't, because they asked U2 to go in another month, and they turned them down. They turned down $1 million a night is how much those guys got paid. I'm not sure about the drummer, what he got paid, but the 4 members of U2 got paid $1 million a night. So they turned down a lot of money to not do it. They must have just been tired. They must have been tired because they tried
40
to
days. Your boy is tired.
Tired. And then they kind of hustled to get Fish in there, and the Dead Experience. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I'm excited to see some other stuff happening there. Like, I don't know how it all will work. Like, because I was kind of looking at your angle of what was going on, and it looked like they could definitely build a stage that has walkways along the side of the Sphere too. And do different stuff to just formulate what the GA floor looks like. Build stages that go out farther and are wider.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You could go, or you could pull those seats all the way up like the movie theater and just have like a stage, like a regular stage, and not have much to it. But they they doubled. I was talking to a Sphere. It was kind of a clusterfuck getting in because they doubled the amount of general admission for that final night. Wow. So they released, instead of 800 tickets, I think there were 1,600 tickets. Damn. And there was considerably, I sent you that picture,
man. It is like, whoa, that
considerably packed. And of course, if you have the general admission, you could go at like 5 a.m. and get in line to get a bracelet number. And they said they had a whole bunch of issues with the folks getting in.
Yeah, that was happening every show, is that you could go somewhere and get a number early. And we saw that process get let in this show. I didn't see it before. I was there after the fact, but
they didn't. The thing about it is they had double the people, so it was quite a considerably number that the bracelets they gave out. So I don't know. It was interesting. It was great. I wish that I could see them again, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna tour. Yeah. So there's a picture I sent, the Russ Factor. So if you can zoom in to like see that guy in the yellow. Can you zoom in?
I'm gonna
he's at the very bottom.
Take a little of this down so we can.
Yeah, so that's the stage when they play like Where the Streets Have No Name. See that guy in the yellow raising his arms at the very bottom?
Yeah.
I've got a very interesting video of he and some other folks.
You'll have to send that to me later.
I will. So you can see on that right side, that's on the left side, they do not have that whole thing. They just have a little bit of a row. So there's plenty of room to go in. So it was cool to see.
Yeah, I did both my shows on the GA floor, so I wondered what it would be like to get up there, and like your stuff doesn't look bad, and I've seen plenty of video footage from up there too, which is.
I wanted to be on the floor. I wish I was on the floor, but tickets were like $1,500 or $1,700.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I wasn't looking on my way home at the airport on how much final show tickets would be, and I was like, nah, I don't think
little out of the price range. Plus,
I don't think I'm going.
Everybody was like, "Yeah, you need to experience it from a seat." And the weird thing about it is you sat down pretty much the entire time.
That's weird. Yeah, and I noticed that show looking behind me. The second show was like, yeah, there's a lot of sitting up there.
Which is fine. Every once in a while, people would get up, but I sat most of the show, which was different for me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Last one though, but now that we know they were filming, and I'm sure they got some, but they were filming. It was the night before that was kind of the one of the thing where they did all the filming and things like that.
There was a lot of cameras there that night too.
Yeah,
I
they
think
have
that
secondary footage from the whole tour, but I know these last two shows, they have something filmed, and I would assume at some point we're gonna get a new
DVD.
Blu-ray. But I think they've got it figured out in a way where they're going to be able to have this as a Sphere experience. Experience.
I think you just coined that, Russ. That's fantastic.
I think they're going to figure out a way to let you see some portion of that in a recreation somehow. But I'm hoping we get the DVD, though, because... all we got's all these. I'm glad we have fancy phones enough, but like I need a little something better than a cell phone video to remember the show by.
I know. I think that what they probably will do is maybe like that 360 video that you can do on YouTube, where you can kind of move it all the way around, and I think that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And I think that they're also going to pictures of the Earth or whatever. They're going to probably offer you stuff there, I would guess.
That's the experience I was talking about. I assume that's going to be an aspect of it, is you'll be able to go see a $70 U2 experience.
I think that
to $299, and then those suites though, you can get suites for that shit, and then like the center seats, all of a sudden they're like, okay, that's more like $700. Like, what?
It's weird. Yeah, it is wild.
To go see some giraffes.
It's weird. I don't understand what the difference would be. I would be not that.
The
ticket
director's
price.
seat is what they call that. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. Right in the center. 300.
That's cute.
That's
That's cute. So then we went to, after the show, we got back to the hotel about midnight. And then we went live for a couple of hours. But, you know, the Circa, as much as I love the Circa, it's not the best place on earth to stream because of the music. They play kick-ass music the entire time.
Hits.
And it was copyright. I think on my 8 hour, or the one that was 8 hours, I probably had 37 copyrights. So a lot of the footage I really can't use. I mean, it's on there. You can watch it a little bit, but it's chopped out or muted or and it just kind of sucks. But that's just that's the cost of going live there or missing the live. You can't really catch up and see exactly what was going on with the muted format. But that's the bad thing about being at Circa. But it was fun. It was really fun. And then the next morning, Sunday morning, we got Joe had to leave early. Our plane initially was delayed by, we were supposed to leave at like 11, I think. So we got to the airport about 9:30. Then it was delayed by funny stories. We were waiting. We were going to get an Uber, and the limo driver that picked us up early the first time from the airport recognized Brad. And he looked over and looks at him and goes, "Wait, you're that Miller Lite guy. Come on, get in my ride. I'll take you to the airport." And Brad's like, "Well, yes, I am that Miller Lite guy." So we got to the airport, and then we went, of course, have to play some airport slots. While I was there, a person hit 732,000 on Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Damn.
We did not see it. We just saw the end result, and everybody was kind of talking about it. It was, and then we saw, and then I played dancing drums, and I got a major, and I did not hit the mini. It was the major on dancing drums at the airport. So that was, I put maybe $100 in, and walked out with like $1,300 from the airport. Again, the airport slots, I should just fly in there. Yeah. Those babies are sweet.
Fly in, spend the day.
So I closed the pot on dancing drums.
You got to bring like a nice oxygen mask so you can go in and play some of those smoking room slots at the airport.
I did. I had to wash my sweatshirt twice because it smelled like smoke. Because Brad smokes, and I was like, "Man, I can't take any more of this." I got to get out of here.
It's just this little room with an automatic door. It's this little room, and there's no ventilation in them. Like, this is
and
wild.
Everything's yellow.
They have little tiny cells for you to smoke in Vegas airports. And I'm like, I mean, because I'm a smoker, but that shit's crazy to me now. Like, it's so much better without it. But yeah, go to Vegas. It's the most disgusting little thing in the world. It's just this little glass room that you smoke and play slots in.
More happy to get out of that than that. It was crazy. So then we got on. We were supposed to. I about said tee off. We were supposed to leave at 11 and get into Wichita at like 3:30 or 4:30 maybe. And they go, "Okay, it's going to be another 15 or 20 minute delay." So there was another 15 or 20 minute delay. And then we get on the plane. We got on the plane about 11:30 or 11:45 maybe. We sat on the fucking tarmac for almost 2 hours.
My trip, it wasn't bad weather, and we did the same fucking shit. It was crazy. We sat on that plane for like over an hour.
So bad. And the weird thing about it is we got there a little bit early to get through security because Joe said the security was it was packed. We got in there. There was nobody in line for the bags. Then we went through security. No, not one person was in the line at security. I've waited hours and hours and hours in that security before, and I waited. From the time I dropped my bag to the time I got through security was 7 minutes. I timed it. It was wild.
That's the thing, though. It's like you don't never know about Vegas Airport, though.
I know.
Like you never fucking know. Sometimes it is just disastrously busy, and then sometimes you get right through.
It was the same time as NASCAR was going on, so we saw a lot of the NASCAR folks Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday was the big race. So maybe that's why nobody was there. But there's nothing worse to me than having to sit on a cramped ass plane for a long time. So basically, it was a 2 hour and 20-minute flight or 2 hour flight back, and I was on the plane for about 4.5 hours, and it was not cute. And
no, it's like leave me in the thing if it's gonna be this long.
If you know it's going to be that long, let us just chill.
Yeah, I'll go have more.
I could have been playing slots.
And playing slots
in the smoking room. I probably would have rather.
You would have been there long enough. You've been addicted when you got home.
I would have. Hey, give me a Marlboro Light. So then,
straight to Reds. Come on, be a man.
This couple finally about this trip. This couple, right in front of me. I was sitting next to a guy that was probably about my age with a large human in between us. And that person got to get off the plane early or something because they were holding a flight in Wichita since we were 2 hours late. They were holding a plane. There were 60 people getting on this flight to go to St. Louis, and this person next to us was one of them. So they got up. But this lady and guy in front of us, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but we all came to the conclusion that they had just met and got married while they were in Vegas because they were newlyweds 100%, but they were asking questions like, okay, well, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? She was probably 45 or 50 and he was probably 30, 35, maybe considerably younger than her. And they were asking all like questions you ask. It was like a blind date, but they got married. It was wild, and everybody around. I looked there, and this guy goes, "Man, I thought the guy was gonna talk smack about the person next to me." He goes, "I don't want to really talk shit about nobody." And I was like, "Okay, here it comes about the person next to me." He goes, "Did you guys hear any of that conversation of these folks that I was sitting next to?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard a little bit of it." I was kind of, I was like, "Yeah, hey, what's up?" He goes, "Those motherfuckers got married and they didn't even know each other." And I was like, "I know, that's what it sounded like to me, man." He was like, "I mean, that shit was wild." He goes, "I've done some crazy shit in Vegas, but I mean, marrying some lady that if I just met her, never done that." He's like, "Well, they're gonna have fun in their new home in St. Louis." It was crazy though, listening to them. But anyway,
I feel like they filed for divorce by now.
They probably have already got it annulled. But that was funny. What do you got? What'd you do this week, Russ Factor? Anything fun?
Oh no, not really. We didn't do anything fun. We chilled. We just chilled. Hanging out at the house, didn't go nowhere, We found out, and this will be more content later, we did find out we have a White Castle that just mysteriously and sneakily opened up 5.4 miles and on the DoorDash menu down the road.
Okay.
So
White Castle was started in Wichita.
We had that one night at like one afternoon, early dinner, like 4 p.m. We bought a whole briefcase of the old boys and
was it good?
It down. Yeah. So
it's as good as you remember. Last one I had, they were very oniony.
They are very oniony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad. I like them, but they just seem like they're real oniony.
Yeah, that is a problem. We'll talk about that on a future video.
All right. I'm glad to see Russ Factor. Follow the fast food factor with Russ Factor. Yeah, follow that. And then what else do you guys do? Did you have your big program Friday?
Yeah, we had extra person on, so we played a bunch of fighting games, played a bunch of old ones, and then we ended it with a brand new one, Tekken 8. It was a lot of fun. So
they have 8 Tekkens.
They got 8. They got, I think, technically a couple more if you count everything.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, so April 5th.
April 5th, big party.
Big party in the Ameristar Hotel and Casino in Kansas City, Missouri. Hopefully you guys all stop by. Join our Discord if you have not done so already. We're going to have a big group pull in Kansas City and have some fun, have some stuff to give out. There's just going to be a whole bunch of folks from the program up there. It'd be a nice, good place to meet everybody and hang out and just have a good old time. I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be the 1st of April is Russ Factor's birthday.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. We initially did it to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, and hopefully by April 5th, we double that and get all the way up to 20,000. I'm pretty close. I'm about 16,500. Now the vertical live has just changed the whole ball game. And it's been fantastic. I tried a horizontal live just to do it old school for the folks who were asking me to do it for an hour on Monday or whenever I went, and it was fun. Loved it. But, we get 20x or 25x the views on the vertical live compared to the horizontal. But it's fun. It's been kind of a shot in the arm to the channel and the shot in the arm to me to I want to do it again more so and really work on the channel. And we're going to celebrate that April 5th. And the Russ Factor's birthday.
And my birthday.
Russ Factor. How old are you turning, Russ Factor?
21 this year, I think. I'm just old enough to drink.
What are you eating there? A little beef jerky?
No.
Is that asparagus? Is that asparagus?
And pork,
like
pork,
a tenderloin and a little mac and cheese?
Cheese shells with the
oh my God, Russ Factor. Oh boy.
I'll be 40.
You'll be 40. Wow, Russ Factor, how the time flies. Well, episode 50, sorry about the little bit of the audio issues in the middle. I'm going to let Russ Factor eat because I don't want to watch Russ Factor eat.
I got a whole video series coming up where I eat. So
I know. And I don't want to watch much of that, to be honest with you. I want to watch the things you have to say, not the food you eat. Episode 50, that's a wrap. Download anything that you can, podcasts are found. Download all of our episodes. Watch our lives. We'll be going live. I might go live tomorrow night. Not sure. Maybe. Perhaps. Today was a long-ass day for me. I've been nonstop go. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching on TikTok and YouTube. And you can download this episode anywhere podcasts are found. Hopefully, Russ Factor is going to turn off the TikTok this time, as opposed to what he did last time.
I'm going to do it right now, gang.
Any final thoughts, Russ Factor?
If you're ever,
where's your
huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My what harmonica?
Yeah, I was going to say, where's your harmonica?
Maybe don't give your phone number to people on the internet, even if you know them and think you're in private. Tell them to look it up.
And that's a wrap. Episode 50, baby. Russ Factor. 2 guys, 1 slot. We will see you next time.
And now I'm going to end the live for TikTok. And look at that, YouTube. Oh, you're here still with us. I'll never forget to turn you guys